are much more powerful than waves of speech and action. Through every thought, word, and action, we are creating some wave in the atmosphere, but thought waves are especially penetrating. If we are joyful, happy, and full of kindness and love for the whole world, we receive love from every quarter. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me on my talk about Maharishi's The Science of Being and the Art of Living. What really captured my attention this past week was the section on how to make full use of your surroundings. Maharishi talks about how we create our own environment. And he says the creation of the surroundings is of two types. There are those which are consciously created and those which are created without the individual's conscious knowledge as the result of his own thought, speech, or action. We find the unintentional creation of the surroundings is in accordance with the theory of karma. The present surroundings are the result of something we have done in the past. Our intentions influence our reality. And I would say that our present surroundings are the result of something we have thought in the past. As a man thinketh, so he is. There was a time in my life when I was extremely frightened about circumstances. I was a single mom of two young daughters and struggling financially. No matter what I did, we always seemed to be living in dread of that next bill or that next emergency that would put us right out into the street. We lived in a larger city, and it seemed to me as though everybody was suffering with poverty. In the summer months, everywhere I looked, there were panhandlers asking for bits of change here or there. I saw so many of them, I began to reroute my whole life because I told myself I don't want to see them. I have nothing to give, and I felt I was just one step away from being right next to them. I began to resent them. I hated poverty. I hated the struggle. And I hated the world. At this point, a very wise being came into my life. She told me that I need to change my thinking in order to change my world. She gave me an actual exercise to do. She told me to gather 10 red envelopes and place $1 or two in each one with the express intention of giving these envelopes to the people. She told me to view those people as actual souls in varying degrees of evolution and give thanks that you share the world with many types of beings, many expressions of God. I was to write out a blessing of thankfulness and put one in each of the envelopes alongside the money. I found red envelopes easily enough. And I found $1 or $2 bills here and there easily enough. But the prayers were withheld until I was able to reach a place of transcendent peace in my own heart through a practice of meditation. Maharishi says, we are creating the quality of life in the atmosphere according to the quality of our heart. Prayers started to flow. I said, thank you for being courageous enough to ask. Thank you for showing me that when you ask, you do receive. Thank you for being a means for me to practice giving. And as I did these exercises, the presence of these people seemed to fade into the background. I began to realize in actuality that when I switch to right thinking and when I act out of generosity, my oppression began to lift. I had a change of heart about my attitude towards the world. I saw the world as a place of giving and receiving. Once my heart was open to the potentiality of a caring world, the world began to care for me greatly. Thank you.